Okay, hello everyone. I think I'm live now. So can you guys
Okay, hello everyone.
Can you just tell me if you can hear me correctly? I'm not sure if I said everything right, but whatever. Okay, so today I'm gonna do some work on my Word Spy game. There's a few things before releasing to actually do. So this is how the game looks like now. Have a few categories, and these puzzles are not sized correctly. So let me just solve this one. Pork, cakes, salad, and then pasta. Okay, seems like this one is working fine. So the size of the puzzle is not really working well, and I need to add some sounds as well, and then I will just probably implement some advertisement in the game as well. So I want to have like a interstitial ad when we start the level, and then when you solve the level, you're going to the next one, another ad will be playing. So that's hopefully will be done today. Okay, so let me just open the Visual Studio, and I will just okay, Visual Studio is ready. It's taking some time to actually start this Visual Studio. It's getting slower and slower every update, but it's still probably the best code editor out there. Okay, so I have my word grid, and for some reason the size of this puzzle are not correct now. I've added some custom plugin for my camera, which is the Pro Camera 2D. I really like this extension. You can get it on the asset store if you like, but it's not necessarily. It's just for your convenience. And there is like a content fitter, which basically what it's doing is just resizing your screen to fit on any resolution of the device. So this game looks fine even on the tablets. And then I have another plugin, which is the Almost engine, the universal device previewer. So because I don't have physical devices like all of them where I want to release my game, you can actually test how the game will looks like on different devices. As you see, I have different devices here, and then I can just check. I can do the update preview, and it's going to capture all of the screens, and I can see how the game is looking on different devices. So this is really useful when you're planning to develop the mobile games. And then you can have like a safe area as well. So as you see, because we have this notch here, this is considered as the safe area. So you shouldn't really put any UI elements on it. And the different devices have different size of the safe area, so you can test it for this one as well. So yeah, this is the tool I'm using to develop a game. It's not the most efficient tool, but it's very useful, especially if you don't have a physical device. Okay, so seems like my game looks fine on this on these devices. Let me just size them. Okay. So now when I start the game, these puzzles should be really much bigger because they are too small now. So when I'm spawning them, I have this function should scale down, which is called on the default scale. Okay, should scale down. So let me just comment out this function. Just for test. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you want to get this game, you can get it on my website now. I have released the package, which is the almost ready game, and I'm just in the middle of the recording the tutorial from this game as well. So it should be out on my channel soon. So you'll be able to do this game yourself and replace the graphic, create new puzzles, if you like. Okay, so this one seems like it's not really scaling down. So this is the first. Okay, so if I get this 1, 1, okay, I think we can get it much bigger. Let's try. Okay. So I think we can increase the starting scale to be, currently we're passing 0.9, so I can actually expose this parameter. Okay, let's try to 1.2. Okay, I think it's better. And all of the puzzles now are scaled down 1.1. I think it's better now. Butter. Where is the cheese? Fish, bread, and an egg. I can't see the egg. Egg. Where is the egg? Oh, it's here. Okay. So the next one, okay, is small as well. Right. Okay, well, I think that looks good. Okay, let me find some sounds now, because I want to get the sounds for this game as well. So I will just get the sounds manager. So this is the manager I'm using to actually loop through all of my sounds, and it's very useful. I have about 33,000 sounds in my library currently. So So this is very useful to actually browse through all of them. I'm not sure if you will be able to hear on the stream these sounds, and it's very useful. I have about, so let me just try to, okay, I think you can hear it. So I need to find a good sound, the background sound, and then the click sound as well for the puzzles. So every time we're gonna select the puzzle, I will just play the sound, and then once the word is completed, there will be another sound. When there is a wrong word, it's gonna be another sound. So I need about 4 different sounds in the game now. Okay, so let's search for click. Okay, I had somewhere the interface sound. I like this one. Okay, I think this one would be good. So need to create a new folder for it. So it's like so in my resources, in the asset folder, I will create a new folder for the sounds. Okay, and then what I like about this program, this sound manager, is that you can really just grab and then drag and drop the sound to the folder, and it's just copied straight away. So it's not moved or anything, it's just copied, and you can even modify the sounds inside this program. So it's really useful when you're searching for the sound. You can even search like a random sound here. So let me just move this one down. So you have this this small cube, and then when you press it, it's just selecting the random. I like this sound for the winning. This one's quite good. Okay, where it was. And this one for the losing. I think that's really good. Okay, and now I need some background music as well. So I think that's need to be in different folder. I had somewhere. Oh, we can actually search for the loops, I think. some casual song, but not sure if I have any. Okay. Seems like one of the folder cannot be. Some sounds seems like are deleted. I need to probably refresh the library. So in this program, sometimes you see this this yellow icon. So that means you have to rescan all of the library because some of the path has changed. I'm not gonna do that now because it's taking a long time, especially if you have 33,000 sounds like me. But sometimes happened, and then you cannot just read the file. Okay, I think I have somewhere the casual songs, casual arcade. Okay, let's try this one. Try this one, so that's gonna be the loop sound. Okay, let's go back to Unity, and now I will add those sounds in, and we'll see how this one sounds. Okay, so I have my sounds folder. I have all of the sounds here. The first thing, I will go to the main camera and then this audio listener. Actually, we need audio source, so we'll create empty object. Background music. Audio source, and then we're gonna get this loop. And I will just select to play on awake. Let's try it. Okay, sound is playing fine, but as you see, when we're switching scenes, the sound is not longer playing because it's destroyed. So we need to create some kind of a sound manager in our game to basically to keep this loop playing when we're switching scenes. So I will just create the scripts, and then let's create the sound manager. Sound manager, okay. And this sound manager will be the singleton. So let's get this. First of all, I need the onAwake method. And then there's gonna be the public static sound manager is gonna be instance, and then if the instance is not equal this, actually it's equal null. We want to get instance equal this, and then do not destroy it on load. And then otherwise we want to destroy this. Okay, so this basically guarantees that this instance of this class will not be destroyed when we're switching the scene. And then we will actually do one more thing. So in the Unity, let's just compile. We have our audio source, so I can make this object static. So if you click the static field in your editor, you can keep it alive across the scenes. So now when I press play, the background music should not be destroyed, I think. Okay, it is destroyed. Alright, this is because I didn't attach the script. Forgot to do that. Sound manager, where's that? Sound manager. Okay, so it's there. So let's try it again. Okay, so as you see, the background music is not destroyed anymore, and it just keep playing. When we're starting the scene, we have continuously playing the same sound. So I think this is solving our problem, but as you see, the sound's finished, and we're not looping the sound, so you can select in your object, you can just stick in the audio source, you can just tick this loop, and the sound will be keep looping. So let's try it again. Okay, so it's playing. I'm not sure about the sound. What you guys think? This sounds matching the theme of this game, or is better to find anything different? Sound is looping now, and we need to add this sound when we selecting the square. So we have this one. Okay, so the sound manager, I think there's gonna be, yeah, that's fine, I think the name is good. Okay, so now we want to be able to mute the sound. So let's create another field, private pool. Mute the background music. Okay, so this is gonna set this variable. And then we actually need a button to mute the sound, but I will just add it in a second. So we're gonna get audio source. So I'm gonna cache this audio source. Get component. Audio source, and then we can actually do a little bit safety check here. So you can put the square brace and then required component, and then you can put type of audio source. So whenever you attach this script to this component, to the component in Unity will automatically add the audio source to your object. So okay, we have this audio source now. Right, okay, so when we mute the sound music, I want to get this audio source, and then stop. Okay, so we have this sound manager now. Now we need to, I think I have the utility class as well somewhere in my scripts, not here. Utility sound, utility class, so I can have the public void maybe toggle. Okay, from this class, I need to create another function because our sound manager is a static, is a singleton class. So I cannot really access the instance from within the editor. So I need to have another function to reference to it. So I can just call the sound manager dot instance dot mute background music. I think it might be better to toggle background music. Let's change that. Toggle mute. Okay, and then if mute, we wanna do that, else we wanna start sound play. Okay, that's fine. So now in the game utility we can do this toggle background music, and I think we can accept the boolean here as well. That's right. Okay, so now I can use this function inside the editor. So let's do that. Go back. Okay, so let's add like a fake button now. We just right click and then button. Okay, let's make it maybe 100 by 100. We move it down. Right, so when we press this button, the sound should be toggle. Actually, there's one more thing I think I've done wrong. We probably don't want to pass this mute variable. I see I have many different ideas. So the background music will be just the opposite value of the background music, okay? So in this case, you don't have to pass any variable. If your background music is already muted, it's gonna be unmuted. Otherwise, it's gonna be muted. Okay. So this boolean variable works like a switch. Okay, and then we can save everything. And now I will. Okay, this is weird error with the Unity when it's actually rendering the scene. So now when I press play. Calling the function. Today is not the best day for me developing, but it is how it is. Okay, so I can pass my game camera because it has the game utility class in it. So I can go to the mute sound and then on click event I just get my main camera from the function game utility, and then there is a toggle mute, toggle music. It's not the best name, but whatever. Let's test it. As you see, when we press the button, the sound is muted. Okay, so let's try now. Let's try mute the sound and then go back to next scene. Oh, we don't have a button here. Okay, there is a weird thing, as you see. We're starting the sounds twice when we're going to the scene, to the next scene. Okay, so let's solve this one. I think this is because in my sound manager, I'm just setting this mute background music on the start method, which is executing when we're switching the scene, to false. So if the sound is already muted, I just unmuted again, so it's just calling display audio source twice. So if I just delete this boolean from here, that should solve the issue. Okay, it's working fine. Right, and there is another issue with my background music. We are currently playing on awake, so when we going to the next scene and then going back to the previous scene, display on awake is called again. So let's do that. The sound should not play at the start. It's playing now, and everything is working fine, apart from the sound is not playing at the start of the game. So this can be solved in the over here. So we need to capture our source, audio source. Actually, let's see if this function is called every time we're switching the scene. So log, and then okay, let's see if this is gonna print out something. Okay, it's called only once. That's right. So we can get this audio source dot play on the start method, and now we should have the sound playing when we start the game. And we can mute it, and the sound will be muted. So I probably will add the mute button here, and maybe somewhere here as well, so the player can mute the sound during the game. And then of course in our settings. Right, so I need now some texture for it. So I have my project. WordSpy graphics, and I'm using the Affinity Design for creating my graphics. I mean, I recently switched from the Adobe Illustrator because it was getting too expensive. So I think this is a very good alternative. So this is the whole graphic for the game, which I have. Okay, and I think I've created already the sound button. So as you see, I have it here. Let me just find. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the graphic I made for when I was trying to design the game. It's not the best the best looking graphic, but it was funny to actually do this. Okay, I'm not the best artist, so the graphic is not the great, but I think looks okay. I think I need some more practice to create the graphics, but okay, this is our sound button. So this is under the settings scene, and I have this toggle button here. Right, so I have this one, and I also have the enable and the disable. So in this Affinity Design, it's very easy to export. If you ever used it, you have this export persona. If you switch to that, and then I can actually delete all of this stuff. If you switch to the layer, you can get your sound, create slice, and then this sound. Actually, I don't want to do that. The slice. I need to have the separate background and separate button. because we want to move this button on the background and then switch the background. Okay, so we will see the movement of the button on in our game. So I want to export this one separately, create this one separately, and then this one. Okay, so I have the slices now, I can export it. Let's get to the graphics. Okay, I can export it here, and this should give me the graphics, sounds button, and I have all of the parts, so I can now replace it with my button here, which is the okay. So first of all, I will add another UI element image, and it's going to be the background. Okay, and then I will just drag and drop my background, set native, and of course we don't want to have our image here, so remove. Actually, we don't want to remove, we want to just hide it. Okay. Or maybe instead of that, I can replace this image, this sprite, with my image, with my background. Okay. So that this text is not needed, and it's gonna be the bottom sprite, which will be this. Set native, okay, and I can just move this one on the position somewhere here, and then when we actually press on this button, we will move this the sprite to this position, and then we want to switch the background to be that. Right, so let's do that, let's implement it. So this is going to be our start position. Okay, I need to add this one more script. Let's first add the script over here. So script. Okay, so I need to first add the using unity.ui, and then we need to grab the reference of two sprites. And this is gonna be the on sprite and then off sprite. Okay, and then image be equal to get component. No, actually we don't want to do the okay, we can do that. we can do that, and then we need also the game object. And it's gonna be our bottom. So over here we want to cache the is it image or is it sprite? Was that we want to get the image. Okay. Okay, and then let's go to the sounds manager, and we need to have a getter for this background music. Okay, and now we can get this we can get our image dot sprite to be equal to of sprite okay, and then right at the beginning we want to initialize this one with the onSprite as well. Okay, and then we want to put this to transform. Okay, maybe vector 3. Of button position, and another will be the vector 3, but it's going to be private, and it's going to be on button position. So this on button position will be the current position of our button. So dot game object dot transform position. Okay. So if it's muted, we want to do the image dots no, we want to get the bottom dot transform dot position will be equal to, so if it's muted we want to get on the off position, and then otherwise we want to get on the on position. Okay, I think that should work. That should work. So let's test it on my sounds background. Sound button, okay, and then toggle button we're gonna get here. So the on sprite will be our background, so it's gonna be background, and then bottom will be this sprite bottom, and then off position will be the, okay, this is rec transform, so we need to capture something different. So instead of capturing the game object transform, actually let's try with this one. We'll see how this is gonna behave. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be bad. So we wanna get the bottom on this position. So it's gonna be like that. Okay. Okay, and okay, let's test it. Right, I always forgetting to call the function. So on the click, we need to get this toggle background, and then call the function toggle button. Okay, as you see, the background's changed, but the bottom disappeared, and this is because, as you see, the position is getting some garbage. This is because we're using the rectangle transform, but I'm just manipulating the position from the transform component, which is not even existing in the bottom sprite. Just wanted to see how this behaves. As you see, it's something weird going on. Okay, so we need to change this in the script. So instead of getting this, I will get the bottom dot get component rect transform, and we want to get the unhot positions. Okay, so I want to get this one, and when we're setting, instead of setting the position, we want to set the unhot position. Okay, so that should fix it. I hope it's gonna do that. We'll see. Unless I did something else wrong. And everything is working fine. And I think we will need a sound for it as well. So now we need another button for the sounds effect, but let's first of all add some sound effect. So before I do that, I'm just gonna save everything, and I'm using the source tree. So let me just quickly start it. I think I will need some buttons for the sounds effect. Okay, so this is my word spy, and as you see, the source control is quite good because you can keep track on all of the changes which you made to your project. So I currently made some changes to the project, which you can see here. I've added sounds. Okay, and then I can just do okay, and I can just push everything to the server. And then I don't have to worry like I'm gonna mess something up in my project, because I can always revert the changes. So if you don't using the source control, I really advise you to do that, to use, because it's essential tool when you're developing game. Okay, it's taking a while because I'm just pushing my sounds. We're not gonna wait for that. Okay, so the next thing I want to add is the sound when we select the puzzle. I want to have a sound playing. So to do that, we need to get to the to my prefabs, if I can find it. Okay, inside my prefabs I have my grid square. Okay, so this grid square will need to have the audio source, and then I will add the, let me lock this editor, then my sounds, and we want to play this sound. Okay, let's try. I'm probably gonna replace the sounds when I find something better, and then I wanna just tick off this play on awake. Okay, and then let me edit the script. So here I have the function to actually check when we select the grid. So I need to cache the sounds, the audio source. Yes. Okay, so private audio source get component audio source. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna cache the audio source, and then when we select, okay, over here I'm gonna do the play one shot. Actually, I want to do the play, because when I do the play one shot, I need to pass the sound, which I don't want to capture. So I will do play. Okay, so now when I can just save it, okay, and then when I play, let's see what's happened. Everything seems to be working fine. Let me just mute this sound. I think it's not sound terrible. Maybe we should have a bit shorter sound, so because currently the sounds just overlapped, so they are not the best. Okay, and then I want to have different sound when we actually find the word, and then probably we'll do some animation on this toast as well, so it's gonna just popping up. Okay, there's another issue which I just spotted. When you mute it, you go to the scene, going back, and the sound is just the bottom is just reverted. So this is very easy to solve in our sound toggle bottom. I just need to call this toggle function from within the start method. Start or awake, I'm not sure yet. I think it's gonna be on the start. Let's see. That's right. So we're gonna keep the current state of the bottom. Okay, should be good. Should be okay. the sound within the game as well. So I need another button. So let me just create the prefab from this one. Okay, and I will just call this prefab. Okay, so this is going to be the first prefab, and then we're going to instantiate it as again. Right, but there is going to be one problem in our sound toggle button script. I currently check for the background music, so I can create small enum. Button type, and then background music, and then sound effect. Okay, and then I can do something like that. Okay. So here background music, we want to do that, and then otherwise we want to do something different, which is the okay. Right, so we're gonna just get this. And then I will need public void right, so that's gonna be it. And then of course in the game utility I need another function. Toggle sound effects. Okay, so that should be it. Let's just review what. That's right, and then this is actually this function can be const. Is it like that, or right. I need to actually find can we make function const? Alright, we should be able to. Oh, this is C++, isn't it? Right. Okay, there is no support for the const function. We can make a constant variable only. That's okay. So now where I finished. We can get this, and then inside the sound toggle button, when the button type is not music, I will take the instance is sound muted. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go back to Unity, and now over here, first thing I need to set the type, which is the background music. That's fine. And then I need to get another button sound prefab over here. Let's move it on the side, and this is gonna be sound effects button, and the type will be the sound effect. And then on press, I want to get the main camera utility, and then toggle can we do that? Where is that function? Mute sounds effect. That's fine. Okay, so now inside the prefabs, grid square edit script. When I play the sound, I need to check if the sound is muted. So over here I need to get the sound manager instance dot is sound effect muted. So if it's not muted, I want to play. Okay, that should do it. Let's just quickly see. So this is, I need to change this icon for the sound effect. Play. Okay, the sound is playing, but if I mute the sound now, everything is silent. So that works fine. Okay, so I have the sound, these two sounds. Now let's see. We have to change this icon. So I think do I have it? I'm not sure. Let's just for now add some different graphics. So instead of this, I will just get the, I don't know, some random maybe knob. So I know this graphic need to be replaced. Okay, so I think I have the basic sounds now implemented. And then I need to have another sound for think about this sound. I'm not the background music. I'm not sure if this is really, if it's not too destructive from playing. But where's the sweets? I'm not very good in this game. It's here. Okay, so we need a different sound when the player will. Okay, so that's I just gonna okay, so everything is committed. So I think I will finish for now, and we go back to this development maybe today evening, or I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely go back to this game. It's not much to do. I need to still implement some advertisement, some more sounds. I need to add the private policy as well over here, so that's gonna be the native pop-up, and then some sounds bottom as well. So there's still a lot to do with this game, but I think I'm very close to finish it, so maybe 2-3 days and this game should be out on the Play Store. In the meantime, if some of you wanna get hand of this game, this is very easy way to do. You can get on my website, and inside the download section you can actually purchase this game for $6.99, and I think there is I have added the promotion code for the stream. So if you guys will enter the word spy live and then click apply, okay, let's do that again. I think you need to enter it here. That's right. So if you enter this word spy live, I will just send it on the chat, you will get £1 off from your purchase, and this is gonna be the valid only, I think only for a few hours, and I'm gonna disable it. But yeah, this game is currently almost ready. There are still few things you can do, or you can just release it as it is. But once I've done some more implementation, I will add update to it. So if you purchase, you're gonna get the update definitely. I'm not sure I will be releasing any of the sounds from here, because this is on the separate license, which is not owned by me. But all of the graphics which I'm doing myself and the source code will be definitely released. So it's up to you really. If you don't want to purchase it, that's fine. You don't have to, because I'm gonna make tutorial from this game. So you will see all of the source code anyway, and I will add the graphics as well for free. So all of the graphics from this project will be for free anyway. So if you don't want to purchase, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's up to you. So I think that's it for today. And thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next stream.